Hi, we're over here in Syntropic 2. This system is just over 2 years old. And now leaving the rainy season, we're seeing the cacao recuperating quite a bit. So with our soil still being pretty compacted here, we have a drainage problem. And so the cacao tend to get a little bit suffocated during the intense rainy season. But leaving the rainy season, we see a lot of new growth on the cacao. A little grafted avocado we have here looks pretty happy. Also, something we just did was we added these banana trunks here, open-faced, split-open banana trunks as mulch. These are going to be slow releasing water to the cacao over the course of the dry season. This system, the soil is really compacted. This was a pasture that had about 50 cows in it on a pretty regular basis. And so we have really poor structure in the soil here. But we have melina in this system. Another system, we don't have so much melina, but this melina has been really fast growing and been a big biomass producer. We prune that about twice a year to bring down its biomass. And we have the grafted avocado planted in here 8 by 8 meters throughout the whole system. That's starting to do a little bit better. Mombasa grass we have in the alley. We have this gliricidia, or here they call it the yuca de raton. This is a plant we have, it's for pruning and also for shade. It's a legume. We use this material to mulch the bottom around our cacao. This system is a good example of how even if all of your plants in the original design don't start growing from the first year, you can take advantage and keep adding more things as with each pruning cycle. So in this case, with a big pruning cycle, last year we added the guava or the inga or ice cream bean. So this is something that we added as we opened up the sunlight with an intense pruning. We added this because we need more medium and high strata biomass producers. Also, as we've been pruning back the system at different stages, we've added the nasadera. Here you can see one. This one is slowly catching on, but you can see it's like starting to have some sprouts right there. And that'll be a shade for the cacao and eventually be in the understory of the cacao. We're always going for this U shape. And so we try to sort of curate a U shape in the alley. So you can see in this case, you have at the bottom of the U, the freshly cut Mombasa grass. And as you start going up, then you have like the bananas, the avocados. And then as you get up into the emergent strata, you start to have the Brazilian fern trees and the eucalyptus. In this system, you can see that we're actually missing some medium and high strata species. That's because the armadillos and the bunnies and many things ate a lot of our jackfruit and ate a lot of our inga or guava in the first year. And so we're having to now sort of go back and try to repopulate those medium and high strata in the system. But the U shape is something we can always keep in mind. So like as you start to have some species that are, some trees that are leaning into the U like this, that's a good indicator of what kind of management you want to do. So those ones we prune back and kind of try to reestablish the U a little bit. The system is, not without its challenges, but we think all of the biomass production that's going on here above and below ground is on the right trajectory, and that we're going to soon be entering into the accumulation phase here, especially once we start getting some of these other later planted species going, like the nasadera, like the inga or guava, the gliricidia, and the cacao itself has recuperated quite a bit. So we still want it to look more healthy and vibrant, but we think some of these fertilizer support we've been offering, and then also leaving the section of the winter when it's just constantly inundated and flooded in the soil, these will start to recuperate. And I think in future years also, we're not going to have such an acute problem with the soggy anaerobic soils, because all these trees, the eucalyptus, the melina, the teak, Brazilian fern tree, the amarillo, these are all contributing towards perforating the soil more and creating more filtration of water Also, they just draw water from the soil. And so both of those factors, I think, will be contributing to a better draining soil and a soil with higher organic matter contents that'll benefit our target crops, which in this case are the cacao and the avocado. And so it's a process that takes a long time, that requires some patience and also some faith in the process. But I think we're on the right track.